Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 6 of The Boys season 4. So in this episode, Butcher and Kessler are torturing the doctor they got last week into creating a virus that can kill every superhero in the entire world. Butcher initially just wants to use it to kill Homelander, but it's so lethal and so airborne to the point where everyone with Compound V in their blood would be killed if that virus was ever released. Meanwhile, Huey, MM, Starlight, Kimiko, and A Train have to go into Tek Knights' personal cocktail party, where various members of the U.S. government are there in order to hear Homelander and Victoria Newman's plan for America going forward, especially as when they plan to deal with Robert Singer once he's U.S. president. Huey has to go in dressed up like Webweaver, who's basically this show's version of Spider-Man, if he was a drug addict. And Huey ends up in Tek Knight's personal S&M dungeon, where he has to sit on a cake and where he has to be tickled by Ashley. We already know Ashley has a bit of a dommy side to her, but this is definitely shown in its entirety here. And Huey, especially since he's reeling from the loss of his father, is not taking it well at all. Given that Tek Knight was also Huey's favorite hero in this universe, I just would want to be anyone else but Huey at this point. Especially since Tek Knight's preference for holes is very much kept in this series as it was in the comics. Though in the comics, Tek Knight had a brain tumor that gave him an uncontrollable urge to go after anything with a hole. In this show, it's not really made clear that's what it is. But Tek Knight does happen to be the owner of a bunch of private prisons. So once Huey is saved by Kimiko and Starlight, he ends up telling them that Homelander and Sister Sage are planning to use the private prisons to hold anyone who's dissenting from Homelander's rule once he takes over the US government, in basically a coup d'etat. Yeah, Homelander did a coup d'etat in the original comics too, but that's what ultimately led to the Black Noir reveal where he was revealed to be a clone of Homelander. And obviously they're not doing that in the show itself. Black Noir in this version, the second Black Noir, is actually off with the Deep at the Seven Tower because they didn't even get invited to the party. So I have no idea how they're going to plan to do that ending, especially if the political plot line otherwise goes pretty much step for step the way it was in the comics. It's unlikely because the boys show made several major changes that have made the show a lot better than how the comics ended up being. Ultimately, Victoria Newman has to take the initiative when Homelander is unable to explain the entire plan, and after Sister Sage gets shot in the head, which doesn't kill her, but it does lead to a lot of brain damage. Then again, she got a lot of lobotomies beforehand, so I guess any injury to the head will result in that at this point. But it also means that A Train has to send MM over to the hospital once he has a panic attack. So basically, I don't think MM should be on any more missions if he keeps on getting these, because any more reminders of his daughter and her bad behavior are probably going to set him off. But the biggest twist is revealed at the end of the episode. But it's also a twist that I think you can see hints of throughout the season. It's the fact that Joe Kessler, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's new character, isn't even real. Basically, he's a figment of Butcher's imagination because the real Joe Kessler died a long time ago. Similar to how Becca is basically the good side of his head, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the devil on his shoulder. Yeah, you know the angel and devil thing on people's shoulders when it comes to them weighing the good and bad options in their heads? That's basically Becca and Kessler at this point. So let's just hope that Butcher listens to Becca and not Kessler, given how messed up his brain is, and given that he's been talking to himself for a good majority of the season. So, how's it going to work out with the 2 episodes left in the season, and with it setting up a final season? We'll see. See you next time.